Hi, everyone. This is Jeff Kayle with realestatecareer.com and Keller Williams Realty. And I'm excited today because I'm interviewing Andrea Pratt. Andrea is from the McKinney Market Center. I've gotten to know a little bit about Andrea, and she's got a story to tell. Andrea, share with everyone what got you motivated to take that leap of faith and get involved in a real estate career.
I was doing property management. I was an apartment manager. I've been doing that about 10 years. I was pregnant and started passing gallstones and had to get my gallbladder taken out while pregnant. While I was in the hospital, I got a call from my manager saying that legally she still has to give me my job, but doesn't know where my property is going to be. So it could be very, very far. And at that moment, I just realized, you know what, I love what I'm doing, but I can't be scared to lose my job should a life event happen that's out of my control. So when I got out of the hospital, I came home and I decided that I can't do this anymore, that I needed to move on and be my own boss. And it was time to get into real estate. So I started going through school. I was 8 and 9 months pregnant. I worked Monday through Friday. Went to school Saturday and Sunday and kind of started it that way.
Yeah. And, like we were talking about before we started recording here, very similar thing happened to me where one day I walked in and, they outsourced our entire IT department and I had no job. And I said to myself on that day, I'm never going to allow myself to be placed in a position to be hurt by an employer again. There's no loyalty anymore. So now you're in business for yourself and you're doing really well. And I gotta share with you guys. Andrea told me her production level, and I leaned in. I said, "What?" I wasn't sure I heard it right. Andrea started. You ready? Drum roll. Can I do a drum roll?
Let's do it.
Oh, did I say it right? 90, 80 to date, 89 units. Oh my gosh, guys, 89 units since she started. That's incredible. She's probably going to close out at 95. And that's cumulative from when she started in 2019. That's a whole lot of sales. How are you doing it?
Well, when I first started, I was scared. I had to go out of my comfort and put myself out there, which I'm not comfortable doing. But I said, you know what? I have to. So I started putting myself out, social media. I would go to open houses and that would help me, speak to clients and kind of get out of my comfort zone, answer questions that were asked of me. And every time I'd have a conversation with somebody, I would let them know in some sort of way. I wouldn't say, "Hi, I'm Andrea Pratt. Would you like to buy or sell a home?" Because they didn't want to come across that way. But in my conversation, "Hey, what do you do?" "Oh, I do this," or "Oh, I just sold a home around there," or something. And if they were interested, they would engage. And it was really great hearing, how many conversations came together from just having a simple conversation.
Yeah. And you know what? I love that about you, Andrea, because, you don't have to be like a pushy kind of Tupperware salesperson, the kind of salesperson that someone avoids at a party. Andrea is just out there. She's on social media. This is what I'm doing. And, it's called not being a secret agent. You're not a secret agent, right? You're getting out there and you let people know you're in real estate and they come to you. So, so open houses, social media, what social media are you focused on, or are you doing, a number of platforms?
A number of platforms. I do very little bit, do TikTok, but I do have Instagram and also Facebook. I'm part of all the groups in my area, different subdivision groups and things like that. So a lot of times people will ask for, a realtor in the area, and I'll always reach out to them, never pushy, just, "Hey, I'm here. If you ever want to talk, if you ever have questions, I would love to chat with you." And then as I'm having more and more clients, a lot of my clients/friends will tag me that have done business with me in these posts, and your name gets out. And the more and more you do that, and the more you put yourself out there, the more people know you. I've had people where I've introduced myself and said my name and they go, "Andrea Pratt, I've heard of you. I know you." And so just the more you get yourself out and the more comfortable you become in different situations and get your name out, the more and more people are going to know you. And you just got to do it. You got to push yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Get out of your comfort zone, right? You just walk through it, and eventually, I have this saying. I don't even. This is not my saying, but when you first get started, sometimes you get going, and you're just going to suck at what you're doing because you're new at it, and you just have to suck along enough
Yep.
until you don't suck anymore,
Yep.
and
Yeah, I agree.
so you're out there doing it. By the way, I never used to make videos. I used to be terrified of video. Now that's all I
Yeah.
do. I make
Yeah.
videos like all day long, and I'm totally comfortable with it. So let me ask you this. You're in the McKinney Market Center. What's it like at a KW Market Center? What kind of support do you have and all?
When I first started, I did interview a few different companies just to see where would be a best fit. And, everyone told me Keller Williams, the split is higher and all these things, but you get what you pay for. And when I would go and interview other brokerages, they didn't have the support that KW gave. And I said, you know what, especially as I go through this and I want this to be my career, I want that support. I want training classes. I want to be able to have a team leader and a broker who's going to, be there, or, other top agents that can be there. And, I feel like Keller Williams is it's more than just a market center. I feel like it's really, truly family. As cliche as that sounds, it truly is. I went in there, I never felt like the new person. I never, the energy of Keller Williams is just amazing. They truly want what's best for each other. There's constant classes all the time, different support. If you bring something up, hey, this would be a great class, they listen to you and they say, you know what, Andrea, that is a great class. Let's see what we can kind of get in motion, or we have something super similar. We would love you to come to this. The support with Keller Williams, and I will never go anywhere else, and why I've been here for as many years as I have, is because it's not like you get all of that support at first and then, okay, once she knows what she's doing, we're going to kind of back off. No, they are there for you all the time. I call my team leader constantly, or I call, the front office constantly, and every single time they're there for me, have an answer for me. If they don't, they find it, they get back to me right away. It's just, I love that support. It makes this whole real estate and being self-employed not so scary, because you know that you have so many people backing you.
Yeah, you're never alone at KW.
No.
It just reminds me when I first started, I started for like a flat fee brokerage. I was doing
Yeah.
well, and I did that, and I knew I was going to be sued. And they said they had support, but in reality, it was like it was chat or email. There was no
Right.
support, and so I found the same thing at KW. And I'm really glad that you just brought it right out into the open, guys. If you're thinking about choosing a company, you're going to be looking at the split, and it does sound right. It sounds enticing. Oh my gosh, I
It
can
does.
keep 100% of my money. Well, let me just tell you something. 100% of no deals is nothing, and 100% of one or two deals is not much money. Now at KW, we have something called capping, and I didn't ask you this before. I'm sure you've capped, right?
Oh yeah.
Tell us about the cap and how that felt.
So capping is awesome. And they make a big deal about that too, because it is a big deal. So you have a certain amount that you have to cap. So you have a split that you pay. So, on your first deal and, for several deals until you cap, you have a percentage that you pay back into the market center. Once you hit that goal or that cap, then you're 100% commission for the rest of that year, or the rest of your year. So like my year starts over in February. So I'll be capped until February 1st, and then it starts over. That feeling when you get capped is just, oh my gosh, it's 100% commission, and then you're 100% commission like these other brokers, but you still have all of that support that you don't have at other brokerages. So not only am I capped, not only am I 100% commission like these other places, but I have the phenomenal support. And just, when you get that shout out that you capped, it's just like, oh, okay, I can't wait till next year till I can do it again. So it's so exciting every single year.
Right. So in reality, you are getting 100% right after you cap. And that's always the goal. You want to try and cap so you get that 100%. I just want to let you know, I really appreciate you being willing to do this. I just want to ask you one question in closing. What would you say to someone who's sitting on the sidelines right now? They might have enrolled in their, license training. If they haven't enrolled, they could be there. What would you say to someone who's just kind of sitting there, not sure if they should move forward?
You need to move forward. Just do it. I was so scared. I had, like I told you before, I had a really, good job. I was making almost 6 figures a year, and to give up that to do commission based only with children at home was so scary to me. And I almost didn't do it. And it's like, I don't know if I want to pull the trigger and do this. Like it's, what if I don't sell any homes? And what if I'm not good enough? And what if I'm this? And what if I'm that? What if people don't like me? And, I look now and I'm like, this is the best decision that I ever made, and you don't get anything in life unless you ask. So put yourself out there, and just don't be scared and just do it. Don't be afraid. I was scared of the test. My instructor said, Andrea, you're bigger than this test. You can do this, and kind of pushed me. And that's what I needed. Took the test. And then once I got my test, I'm like, now what? But put yourself out there. Don't be afraid, because you were our biggest critics, but you have to be your biggest cheerleader through this and tell yourself that you can do this.
Gosh, what a great message, Andrea. Again, I really appreciate you being willing to do this. And I want you guys to know this is all part of the KW culture. I hadn't met Andrea until today, and I asked if she would be willing to be interviewed, and here she is giving back, right here and now, trying to help someone else. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let you guys know that if you know of anyone that's looking to buy or sell real estate and they're in the McKinney area, send them to Andrea. I'm going to make sure that her information is below this video, and make it a great day. Thanks, Andrea.
Thank you. Bye-bye.